What's going on, guys? Talon back here, and today I wanted to give my first tips and tricks video for Battlefield 1. Now, a lot of people, you probably know already, have done this already, but I thought I'd just go through a little bit of how to help start out in the game. Not necessarily how do you do this, but essentially how to look at the class that they give you, kind of decide, okay, am I even going to be able to do this? And then maybe what to use your war bonds for. Okay, now what are war bonds essentially? War bonds are the current currency in the game. They're kind of like money from Battlefield Hardline if you played that. In this game, essentially, instead of just simply unlocking stuff as you level up, you unlock war bonds, and then you're able to buy and purchase, essentially, the weapons and gadgets you want to use, okay? Now, not everything can just be bought out. You can't just save up right now for a long time and buy the so-called best weapons in the game or whatever the last ones are that, you think would be the best, but they're not necessarily the best. So, first off, we're going to go into each of the 4 classes. I'm going to show you how to customize and everything, and then we're going to get into just all this kind of stuff. So first, let's look at Assault, okay? So we start with the MP18 Trench, which is a very basic submachine gun. Very fast, good in close quarters. At a distance, you're going to suffer, though, so just keep an eye out for that. Your pistols are pretty standard. I just stick with the M1911 pistol. And then you actually come with Dynamite and the anti-tank grenade. Now, the Assault class is basically for taking out infantry in close quarters and then taking out the vehicles, okay? Now, you're probably thinking to yourself like, oh man, I gotta get close and personal to a tank? I don't want to do that. Well, right off the bat, you are allowed to use the AT rocket gun, okay? Now, the AT rocket gun allows you to basically mount the gun up on a platform or go prone, and then you can fire a rocket and you reload it, okay? It does great damage to tanks, especially light tanks, and if you're good enough, you can even take out pilots who fly a little too low, so keep an eye on that one. Next is your grenade. So you got stick grenade, gas grenade, smoke grenade, and you can actually buy this if you want to, the light anti-tank grenade. I bought that because I leveled up a couple times and I simply wanted to get it. So it's really nice to be able to do that, but you do give up your stick grenade, which is definitely better for taking out infantry, depending on what maps you're on. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And your knife, or your shovel, club, whatever you want to pick. You can do whatever you want. It's just got different animations and everything. So, the way I like to go about starting out, okay, I'm talking about like if you haven't really started out or anything, you haven't really done much in the game, and you're really wondering like, okay, what is the best class what is the best setup I can use to get out on the battlefield, do decent if I'm decent at a first-person shooter, and be able to rank up a little bit more or not get killed instantly, essentially, okay? Besides, being able to play a first-person shooter. Stick with the basic submachine gun here. Unless you're good with shotguns, you can also pick shotguns from this. But I personally stuck with the submachine gun. The pistol is there. I brought out the AT rocket gun because it's great at taking out those vehicles at a distance. And then I also keep the anti-tank grenade, the stick grenade for infantry dealing, and then I just kept the knife, honestly. I probably will attach the shovel later on, or something else that has a little bit more range onto it, but I prefer to actually use the bayonet, but you can't use the bayonet on this current SMG to my knowledge. So that's what I'm going to go with there. Now, if you have saved up a few war bonds and you want to buy some other weapons that can really help you, go over to the customize area right here, okay? So if we click on this, now we can kind of customize a few things, okay? And you can actually have different assault classes. They seem to give you 3. This is your current rank up here, okay? And I'm going to get into that more in a minute, but essentially as you play the class, you level up the rank of your class, which allows you to unlock more weapons, okay? But first, so let's say, for example, I'm using the MP18 Trench, okay? You can customize your optics to either a buckhorn sight or an iron sight, okay? Remember, this is World War I. We don't have our red dot sights and everything. The magnification, you can turn to a 1, a 1.25, a 1.5, and a 2. For close quarter weapons, this is about what you're going to find. If you're going on for more, like, kind of, not bolt-action rifles, but more of, like, semi-auto rifles and stuff like that, I know you can get up to, I think, a 4.0 or something like that, but, that's just gonna have to wait until we get there for a second. The barrel, okay, never mind, I guess you can't put the bayonet on here, so actually, I'm gonna attach that. Oh, yeah, you learn something new every day. This whole recoil direction thing, according to the developers, and I saw this in another video that I was watching earlier, the whole recoil thing is supposedly, if you find yourself always being able to handle recoil from the left, the right, or the center, apparently that's the way the recoil of the gun's gonna go. So if I turn it to left and I shoot, it's gonna go to the left. If I shoot to the right, it's gonna shoot to the right, and centered is gonna, well, go center. So I guess it's supposed to allow you to control your recoil in the way that you're most used to it. So I personally just leave it on center, which seems to work pretty well for me. So that's gonna just leave it at that. And for visuals, if I want to, I could attach this if I want to, because I have that from my pre-order, I believe. But the more you go through the game and the more you unlock battle pickups and everything like that, or sorry, not battle pickups, battle packs, you will get skins and all this kind of stuff. You can customize your weapons, so kind of cool. Okay, so now that we've gone through the settings part, let's go into what we can buy with our war bonds, okay? Now, notice this number over here, this 3. This is your assault rank, okay? This up here is your assault rank, but this is the assault rank required to get the weapon of your choice, okay? Now, there are a lot of different variations of each gun, and when you reach those ranks, you can then buy them, okay? So, for example, I have the MP18 trench out. Sorry, my mistake. And if I reach level 2, I can get the MP18 experimental. Now, if you look on the right side, it's saying that its damage, accuracy, hipfire control will change if I get that, okay? So the bar underneath, the white bar is what you have equipped. The bar below it is what will change if you equip that, okay? Now, to me, because of the way my eyes are, that kind of looks like a greenish yellow color. It's probably a green, but I'm not 100% on that. And then if it's worse, it's going to be red, okay? So it shows you the difference in ammunition. I think pretty much stays the same. The little bar there is supposed to show you if it's going to drop off at any different distance, but with the same type of gun, it's probably going to stay about the same. But if I went down to the optical, or sorry, if I went down to like this, I went down to the M1918 trench. Notice it's a little bit different there with the little graph, you know, everything showing you where the damage will drop off and everything. There's a website called synthec.com if you want to look at that, and that can help you out a little bit more, okay? So if I go up to the experimental here, it says the damage basically looks about the same. Accuracy is a lot better. Your hip fire is worse though, and your control is about the same, okay? So if you are able to unlock that and you find that you aim down sights more and you're more accurate with it and not just randomly hip firing, maybe this is the gun for you. Hard to say. But you do need to hit assault level 2 and then you'll be able to purchase that, okay? Some of the good ones that I've heard of the MP18 being pretty good. You're probably saying, or sorry, my mistake, the automatic M1918 trench gun. This gun I hear is actually really, really good for hip firing. If you just need to get real up close and personal, just run through everybody, that's really good. The MP18 is still really good just as a basic weapon. I see a lot of people still running it. If you're more of the shotgun guy, I don't know much about shotguns because, I mean, you basically need to get up close and personal. Personally, never liked them in my opinion, but, you know, that's all I can really tell you on that. The further you get up to level 2 and level 3 in your assault rank, you can get this 12 gauge, and then I've heard this 1950 factory assault rifle is really good, but it runs out of ammunition really fast, so definitely gotta be very careful. That is your level 10 unlock. Now, level 10 unlocks do not necessarily mean they are the best weapon. For the assault class, I actually probably would say it is, but that will change when we get into the other classes, okay? So, personally, if you're looking to maybe spend your war bonds on a quote-unquote better assault rifle, the MP18 is still very good. The Automatico is a pretty good weapon, and if you can get this 1915 factory Hellriegel, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly, which I'm probably not, this is the one you want to go with, okay? Sidearms, honestly, this comes down to your personal preference. I personally do want the revolver, though. I love revolver/magnum type pistols in these games, so I really want to get that, which is really nice. So that's definitely a level 10. So unfortunately, you're going to have to really rank up your assault class, or all your classes, essentially. I don't know. I will actually check real quick if the pistols go over. Oh, okay, I get it. So each of these pistols can be unlocked, but it has to be based on the class. So if you look at the sidearm here, it says this is for support, this is for assault, and this is for your sniper class, okay? All the others seem to be unlockable across all classes, so don't need to worry about that. Gadget 1, which I have, is the AT rocket gun. The only other thing that I could buy is this mine here. So if I put a mine down, that'd be nice. This I could see more for, you know, city close combat where you have tanks rolling around and you kind of can predict where they're going to go. But I kind of just keep the anti-rocket gun, personally. And then Gadget 2, tank grenade, keeping that. Unless you want to do dynamite, you know, maybe you do. But keep in mind, dynamite does not stick to tanks like C4 did back in the old days of Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, even Bad Company 2 and stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. If you go to the grenades, you've got your stick gas. You can get an impact, an incendiary, a mini grenade, and a smoke grenade. And then, like I told you already, I unlocked the light anti-tank grenade. So that is good for classes personally that don't have access to all these anti-tank gadgets. And maybe you've come across, you know, a small little motorized vehicle, you need to take it out. That's really helpful. Or if you guys are just getting overrun like no tomorrow, that's kind of what you can do with that. So, and then in melee terms, you've got an assortment of melees. You can get the shovel, the club, the knife. You got a hellfighter, bolo knife. You got a trench knife. You've got tons of stuff. So get whatever you want. I actually am probably going to get the shovel because I actually kind of like it. So yeah, shovel equipped. So, all right, so now that we've done that, I'm actually going to end the video here. I know I said I want to go through all of them. Just real quick, can't even... All right, so with Assault done now, we've got 3 more classes to cover. So I am now going to actually end the video and click the link in the description below for the next one, and this is going to go on to talking about the medic class, okay? These videos can get kind of long. I don't want to bore you with some 20-minute video on everything. So click the link in the description for the next video, and I will talk about the medic, the support, and the sniper in the upcoming ones, okay? So until next time, guys, thank you for listening. I hope this helped you a little bit when starting out. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave any suggestions. This is the first time I've really done any kind of tips and stuff on a Battlefield game. I feel like with all the big Battlefield YouTubers out there, it's kind of hard to start back up after a while. You know, I've played Battlefield for so long, just never really done videos on it, but I really want to try. So please give me some, you know, some feedback. Give me some, you know, constructive criticism. I'd love to learn more. You know, what do you guys want to see? What do you want to hear? All that kind of stuff. So please let me know, okay? And hopefully the audio has been okay in this. I feel like my voice is starting to go out on me. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Leave your likes down below. Subscribe if you're new, and give me any kind of comments and feedback. And I'll see you in the next one.